I'd like to call this meeting on June 26, 2023 to order. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda? Mr. Hogan.
I'd like to make the motion that we approve the agenda.
Do I have a second? Mr. Scully, any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? The motion passes 7-0.
Ms. Hines, I have a motion relative to the agenda. I move that all officer meetings be live streamed to the public and non-officers be able to watch the executive portion of the meeting without participating.
Do I have a second? Ms. Barnhart?
The reason it's not everybody can get there, obviously, and I know that in the last meeting, a couple of the officers were remote. So if we can allow the officers to be remote, why not allow the public to also be remote? It would just be easier for everyone.
Right, and I will say that there were two board members that were remote that day. That actually happened the day of the meeting because of extenuating circumstances from Mr. Hogan was not able to be there, and we did not have the ability to reschedule that meeting based on schedules to prepare for this meeting, which is why we made a special exception for that. Do I have any other questions or does anybody have any thoughts, or is that even appropriate to have that motion? I mean, that's not on the agenda.
Well, I thought it was appropriate because it's appropriate to the approval of the agenda because it's how the agenda gets created to start with.
I mean, I would almost think that and I had gotten your email requesting that conversation. I almost think that that would be more appropriate to put on a regular agenda to discuss, just because it's not, I mean, that was a request that you made after this agenda had been set. That's my thoughts on that. It's not that I have any, I mean, I have questions for the administration just regarding the logistics of our officers meeting, because I had actually requested the same with last year, and I was told that the manpower with the district to set that up and for that to be live streamed was an issue. So I would just like to have that conversation and have that on an agenda, not necessarily voted on tonight without having those logistical conversations.
I'm okay withdrawing it if we can put it on our next agenda.
We can put it on an agenda.
Okay, the next one?
I would just, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I would just like to be able to have information from the administration about how that works and why, the logistical part of all of that.
And could I ask that y'all look at two options? Ideally, we would live stream for the whole public, but if that's too problematic, I'd ask that we look at like what was done in the last meeting, only the other board members just wouldn't be, their mics would be turned off. They wouldn't participate. So I'd just like to look at both. But given your commitment to putting on the next agenda, I'll withdraw the motion.
Okay, that's fine. Is that okay with everyone? Okay. All right. Do I have a motion to enter executive session? Mr. Hogan.
I'd like to make a motion to enter executive session and consider the following: A, selected employment items, Exhibit A for action; B, selected employment items, Exhibit B, information only; C, employee grievance appeal, Exhibit C; and D, evaluation of superintendent for 2022-2023, shown in Exhibit D.
Do I have a second? I heard Ms. Snipes first. Ms. Snipes, any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, we will adjourn for executive session. Oh, no, yeah, okay. Vote, sorry, Monday, every time. I'll call the question, all in favor? The motion carries 7-0. We will adjourn for executive session, and we'll return at 7 o'clock.